understand is the base currency and the counter currency. Okay, guys. So the base currency is USD, and the counter currency JPY, USD base, CAD the base currency. So in short, the price here USD comparing it to Canadian dollar. This is what we have. Okay. Then these are the major currencies. Okay. So kuna the major currencies. What you mean by the major currencies? These are the world currencies. Ama hizi ndo currencies zenye they are accepted all over the world. Ama they are traded all over the world. Ama ndio the basically the major currencies. Okay. So we have the US dollar, tuko na pound, tuko na euro, tuko na Japanese yen, tuko na Canadian dollar, tuko na Swiss franc, tuko na Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay. Hizo zitakam afterwards. Then tuko na the major cross currencies. Hizo ziko na a lot of movement pia. That's when ndo unasikia mtu akisema GBP, JPY, okay, Kenya nyingine, Euro Canadian dollar, Euro CAD, Euro chef. Yeah, hizo currencies zote. Those are the major, but they are cross. Okay. So what you need to focus on for now as a new trader ni the major currencies. The reason to focus on this for now ni they kind of correlate, ama they control all the markets, ama they have an impact on all the markets. So you need to be keen on these initial currencies, these major currencies aside, for you to be able to understand hizi zingine afterwards. Okay, hope I'm making sense. Then tuko na minor currencies. Hizi ni the minor currencies basically ziko na moves, like extreme moves which are not good. Tuko na exotic currencies. Then tuko na different market sessions. Okay, we have the New York session, tuko na Sydney. So what happens, what you need to understand about these market sessions ni sijui kama we can get them right now, but I'll look for a picture and send them to you. So market sessions, what happens ni market ikifunguka in a certain session, it's likely to have a big impact depending on the location of that place ama your session na the currency that they usually trade most. Okay, sijui kama na make sense, but okay, what I'm telling you is basically be careful na the market sessions. Do not trade 15 minutes before a market session is open, ama 15 minutes before close. Okay, it's okay to trade, but you need to be careful with your positions ikifika such times. Okay, zinaweza cause market return, okay, it change direction, ama zinaweza cause market iko in a big move in a certain direction. Okay, so then ikikuja to charts, we have looked at this as the prices. Then you can see inside kuna hizi zenye zina move, these bars that are moving. Okay, so if you come to analyzing charts, tuko na 3 types of charts zenye tunaweza analyze. This is the bar chart. Okay, this is the bar chart. See this. Then tuko na the line chart na kuna candlesticks. So as a trader, we're going to be using the candlesticks. The reasons being, candlestick itakuambia when the market is moving towards a downward trend, ama market ikimove upwards. What you mean, you can see the difference. Market ikimove chini, candlesticks zina form za white. Market ikimove juu, candlesticks zina form za green. Okay, so that is what we need to see in the end of the day. You need to have something clear as to where the market is likely to move next. You see, so ikiform ya white ina move chini, ikiform ya green, buyers are in control. Okay, then you can see inside hizo candlesticks bado kuna the other candlesticks zina form. So that's where the trends come in. Market in a moving in a certain trend. Okay, so general, from this point to this point, market in a move upwards. Okay, so you can see this. The market is moving upwards, but in a move juu, in a move chini, in a move juu, in a move chini, there is a channel. Okay, so that is what we call trends in the market. But we need kutumia candlesticks. haziko limited to just green na white. Unaweza customize to whichever colors you want. Okay, so ukitaka kuchange to candlesticks unakuja hapa juu. Okay, so just select candlesticks on whichever chart unataka. Tunataka candlesticks on GBP USD. Where do we go? Hapa. Okay, ukiselect candlesticks, you zoom in, view your chart. Okay, you can zoom out. Zoom out, it's not going to be clear, but you can see from this. But in the end of the day, tunataka kujua the basic trend. Okay, so candlesticks, so USD JPY candlesticks, then zoom in slightly. Please stick where you're comfortable with what you're looking at. So moving on. Any questions mpaka hapo? Ukitaka kuchange to candlesticks hapa juu, ukitaka kuzoom in, zoom out hapa. Okay, so you need to go and look into these candlesticks. You need to understand the candlesticks. Tuko na the body, we have the body of the candlestick. Okay, then tuko na shadow, okay. So what it means ni the shadow inamaanisha price ilipushiwa mpaka hapa na sellers, then ikakuja ikabai mpaka hapa, but the body iliform ni hii. Okay, so the price ili open at this point, ika close at this point, but the buyers pushed it mpaka hapa, but also the sellers wali push mpaka hapa. Okay, so you need to understand this, the body, there is the lower tail, there is the upper tail. Ikikuja to candlestick inaenda chini, obviously itakuwa the exact opposite. This is the buyers wali push price mpaka hapa, so this is the lower shadow and this is the upper shadow. But si lazima uelewe ati shadow gani ya wapi wa wapi. What you need to understand is the body. Is it telling you sellers wako in control ama the buyers wako in control? Okay, so yes, you need to read more about the candlesticks, just the basics. Si ati kuelewa ma history ama nini, it's not that important. So what do we mean by sell and buy? As we said, sell ni market ikimove chini, buy ni market ikimove juu. Okay, so let's say price imove kutoka hapa. Okay, price imemove kutoka hapa ikakuja mpaka hapa, it was losing in value. Okay, so tunge sell. Price imemove kutoka hapa ikakuja mpaka hapa juu, ilikuwa ina gain in value. So basically we're going to buy ikigain in value na we're going to sell iki lose value. Okay, so let's say tuko na mask kama 10 saizi, si ndio? Hizi mask zinauzwa 100 bob ama 106 bob. Okay, tuseme 100 bob, si ndio? Then tuambiwe something is going to happen ifanye hizi price za hizi mask zipande bei. What are we going to do? Tutabuy more of them and stock them up, si ndio? At 100 bob, then price hike mpaka around 400 bob. What do you do ikifika 400? You sell them all. So you're going to make a profit of around is it 400% ama ni 300, whichever, but you're going to make a profit of 300 bob on each. You get the logic? So you buy ikiwa low and sell ikiwa high. Then uko na mask kama za 100, mask zinauzwa 400, ndio uambiwe mask zita kuwa mob kwa market na zita reduce price, ndio? So you sell all your mask at 400 bob, uziuze zote, then you wait for that price ishuke. Ikishuka, you buy the mask back at a cheaper price. So utakuwa na more mask than you had initially na the same amount. You get? So ukisell, una expect price ita drop. Na ikidrop, una expect utakuwa umesell USDs ukabuy JPYs. This is a bit complex. Ukisell at this point, you're selling USDs and buying JPYs. Close trade, you're buying back. Okay, same process. Buy hapa, una buy more US dollars and selling off Japanese yen. You know, are confused, but at least get the logic. You buy ikiwa at a low price and sell ikiwa at a higher price. Okay, expect to sell, expect to lose value, you sell. Expect to gain value, you buy. So I think we can move on. So time frames. So in Forex, tuko na different time frames. This is it. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Okay, so what we mean by these time frames ni each candlestick in a form within a certain time frame. Okay, this is USD JPY. Okay? So in the last 1 minute, USD JPY may form a certain USD JPY may form a certain candlestick. So this is what is forming within the last 1 minute. Okay, 5 minutes, the same case. 5 minutes may form nini, 15 minutes. So what happens in a time frames? When it comes to Forex, you need to focus on the higher time frames. Zitakupatia an overall view of what you expect the market itafanya. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, this one. This is the daily time frame. This is the daily chart here, GBP USD. Okay, based on this, tunaona market iko likely to move to lower points based on this. You see vile ina move hapa to some sort of way, ina move na chini. Okay, so that's basically telling us market iko likely to move to lower points. But ukikuja to 15 minutes of that chart, inakwambia market imekuwa ikibuy. Okay, so what are you going to look at? What are you going to focus on? We always focus on the bigger time frame, because the bigger time frame inakwambia generally what the market is doing, ama what is the general view of everybody who is trading that currency, as compared to shorter time frames zenye zinakwambia market inafanya hivi. Ukiingia na short time frames, anything can happen. Market inaweza change the direction. Okay, so you need to focus on the higher time frames. Hope that makes sense. Na by higher time frames, ikikuja ku trade, mostly focus on 1 day, 4 hours na 1 hour. Okay, so based on this 1 hour, tunaweza sema market inaweza anza kuform a sell, because as we said, market ina move in a channel. Okay, sell ikabuy, sell ikabuy, sell a slight buy, sell a buy. So tunaweza expect market to sell further. Okay, then we go on and look at pips. Okay, so what do we mean by pips? Pips is the price movement. See this. So in case this price move mpaka hapa chini mali tuna expect itakuwa imemove pips ngapi? So the points yenye itakuwa imemove, that is what we call the pips. Okay, so ukitaka kujua the number of pips market imemove, unakuja to this. See this, there's a crosshair hapa. So select on the crosshair, kuja hapa, unataka kujua ikimove kutoka hapa around hapa mpaka hapa chini itakuwa imemove pips ngapi. Okay, so you just select, click on it, drag mpaka point unataka. So the first one is the number of candlesticks in a move. Okay, so 0 because to move in a straight line. Okay, move in a sideways, you can see in a change. Okay, then tuko na 996. See that hizo ni the number of points, but tunataka the number of pips. So the number of pips itakuwa 99, not 96, sorry. So you assume the 6 ya mwisho, you assume the last digit. Okay, we usually look at 4 decimal points ikikuja to calculating the number of pips. Hope that makes sense. Then ya mwisho ni price. So ukisikia mtu amekwambia take a certain trade ya GBP USD at this price, then set stop loss yako at let's say 50 pips. Okay, so let's say nikwambia saizi take a sell trade ya GBP USD and set your stop loss as 20 pips. Utakuja hapa, you're going to come to the current price. Okay, then 20 pips. Okay, then hiyo price 1.2 2197. That is the number of the number 20 pips itakuwa. Okay, but you get the logic behind calculate pips for any currency. But when it comes to USD JPY, it's different. When it comes to Japanese currencies, it's different ikikuja kwa calculate the number of pips moved. So that is the first thing you're going to do on your own. Calculate pips za a certain currency, any currency iko na JPY ikimove from a certain price to a certain price. Okay. Then zoom in and zoom out. You guys, I hope you guys are comfortable with this. Okay. So just to recap, zoom in, zoom out. You need to select candlesticks. Okay. Then tuko na time frames. This is 1 hour. Ina reflectiwa hapa. Kama ni 1 hour ina reflectiwa hapo. 4 hours ndo hii, you can see. 1 day you can see. You get the logic. Okay. Then tumesema you always look at the higher time frames. So then ukitaka kuselect a certain currency that you want to trade, kuna this first option ya market watch. Just come here, select whichever currency tunataka ku trade. Gold. So right click, select the chart. This is what we have. See this? So to change to candlesticks. See? Then the time frame tunataka, yeah, whichever time frame. See that? So tuko na the chart ya gold. Nataka kuangalia chart ya Euro USD. It's already opened. So you just come and select. Okay. So that's simple. Nataka kuangalia chart ya New Zealand USD, same case. See this? Yeah. So on to the next part of it. Navigator, this is going to allow you to change accounts. If you're on a demo account na live account, you can easily change from one to the other. Up easily. Not so important, but yeah, you get the logic. But it's not the most important part of it. Okay. So we're going to now look at this, the terminal. Okay. So when it comes to trading, tuko na equity, we have the equity, we have balance, na tuko na account history. Okay. So this balance ndio iko kwa account. Okay. So my demo account iko na 48,552 US dollars. Okay. The equity, you can see there is a difference between the equity and the balance. Okay. So the equity ni 48,733. So basically the balance plus the profit I'm making, that is the equity. Okay. If ingekuwa negative, if it was a loss, then ingekuwa balance minus the profit I'm making, then inge reflect kama equity. So the moment that choose to close e-trade, then that's the moment it reflect kama balance. Okay. The free margin, the margin, we're going to look at it in a later date, but you need to understand there is a certain amount. This is so confused. It will confuse, but there is a certain amount allocated to a certain trade every moment you take it. That is what we call. That is what we call the margins. Okay, not important for now. Not really important right now. Then what else do we need to look at? The account history. Okay, so account history inaonyeshanga the trades that you may take. Okay, what you need to understand about this name. What you need to understand about this name. It's best used ukitumia simu. Itakuonyesha something clear, itakuonyesha something daily. Okay, you get the logic. So just use the just use your mobile phones could determine your account history. It's easier, it's better. Okay. Then How do you link your mobile phone na MT4? Naweza wambia it's a process, but si ati ni process ngumu. It's just that getting used to it at first inaweza sound ngumu. So what you do, end up Pips Masters, YouTube, I explain everything. Ukikosa, just tell me. I'll give you a document with these explanations because it's a bit of a headache to explain. So we're going to analyze the first chart. We're going to analyze each chart, okay? And then we're going to execute our first trade on each chart, okay? So what do we do? The first thing is to connect. Let's assume we don't have this chart. Okay, so the first thing we do, we need to find GBP USD. Tunataka kuanalyze GBP USD, sindo? So come hapa, then we find GBP USD. Okay, so that is the first step. The second step, tuna convert to candlesticks. Okay, then this is what you have. Okay, unaweza zoom in, unaweza zoom out, depends with you. Okay, so the other thing you need to understand ni time frames. Tunaanza na daily ama unaweza anza higher time frames, sindo? Based on this, what do we see? What do you expect from this? To some sort, inakaita sell, sindo? Ukienda kwa 4 hours, ilikuwa ina sell, but sasa there's a retracement. This is what we call a retracement. Market ikimove in a certain direction, then it move in an opposite direction. That is what we call retracement. Retracement, but you get the logic. Market kama ina move in a certain trend, then all of a sudden it move in the other direction. See retracement. It move in the other direction. It form like a channel. Okay. I'll look for the name. So that is what we call, whatever we call it. Okay. You can see same case hapa. Market ina move chini. Just a minute. So market ina move chini. See this. Then ina come ina buy, ina move chini tena, ina buy, ina move chini tena. Then there's buys huku, there's a buy there, there's a buy somewhere there, ika move chini. Then saizi imebuy. So based on that, based on what we see, naweza sema market iko likely kumove lower. Okay, because it's a downtrend. Hope you guys see this. That's 4 hours. Then tunaenda kwa 1 hour. What do we have? Same case. Okay, market kuna venye inakaa ita move chini. Yes, there's a difference between retracement and pullback. Thank you. So pullback, this is the pullback. Retracement ni mali market ime breakout. You're going to look at retracement kwa trend breakouts. Okay. So this is what we call a pullback. Mali market ina form phase 1 na phase 2. By phase 1 and phase 2 tunamaanisha mali market ina move chini. That is 1. Then ina pullback phase 2, phase 1, phase 2. So you can see the logic. Vile market ina move. Tulisema market ina move in a certain channel. Okay. So you can see this. Okay. So we have something of the sort. So this is a pullback. Okay. Retracement, you're going to look at retracement tukifika kwa trend lines na support. So 10 minutes. Let's make our first order. So based on this, your ideas, guys, what do you think? Market itaendelea kubuy ama market itasell? Any ideas? I expect answers from you guys. Ati, sikusikia poa. Ita sell. Let's see. Sell. Kuna mtu ako na idea ya buy? Anybody?
I think it's a buy.
Ita buy? Okay, since kila mtu amesema sell, we're just going to go for a sell. But usifanye hivyo on your new live account because I'm so uncertain about it trade. But since mmesema sell, we're going to sell slow. So new order. Okay. So ukitaka kuingia trade, what you do is unakuja kwa new order. Ukikuja kwa new order, you need to confirm the symbol. Okay. Tunataka kutrade GBP USD. The first thing you check ni volume. Okay. So for accounts za $5,000 tumia 0.50. Okay. Ndawatumia there is an app ya kucalculate the risk, the amount of risk you can take. Okay, some sort of extent nafikiria market itabuy, but oh well. So volume tutatumia 0.50. Okay. Then stop loss na take profit, you're going to look at it later on. Okay. Then it's a market execution. I need you to be keen on this. Kuna difference ya market execution na pending orders. Okay. So hapa tunataka kutake market execution. Okay. So we are going to sell by market. You see that? So immediately ukisell by market inaingia. See this? Then inaanzanga na negative. Assume hiyo juu. There's always a negative. Ikianza, that's the spread. Okay? Then to explain the swap, you see this? Swaps ni overnight charges. Ukihold trade yako more than 24, ama ukihold trade yako past 12 usiku, you're going to be given charges za swap. Okay? Then commission. Some brokers wanawapati, kuna brokers who charge commissions. Okay, but it depends on the account you open. Okay. Then the symbol. Then this is the profit. Okay. Ukitaka close a trade, unakuja hapa mwisho, unafinya close. Okay. And the side is already looking kuingia profit. But anyway. So any questions? I'll take any questions. Then we go for a break here around 10-20 minutes to make this recording kwa ile group ya books. Then you're going to pick up from there. Any questions at all? Any currency you want us to look at before we go?
Excuse me, Mr. Mwanzia. It's wonderful to see that kwa hii trade yenye tume execute just right now. Okay, even before you are not using indicators. Well, by just looking at the chart, I've not seen you drawing like a lot of things, yet we just know that it's a sell. How can I perfect this art, Mazi?
Just kukalia chart, but alternatively, personally, there is a trend line around hapa. That's why I was so certain about it. See this?
Yeah.
There is a trend line. So you can see from this kuna some sort of trend line. So if at all tutaona hii market break this trend line, then we'll be looking to close the trade. But unaona, there's this trend line somewhere. But sasa for now, since it's a demo account, we're just going to focus on, because iko in a point enye kuna likelihood ya kusell na kubuy. See that? So inaweza buy ama inaweza sell at that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as it break up above this trend line, it's a possible buy.
Yes, but you're going to look at trend lines in the next in a few. Yes, uliza, kuna mtu akona swali?
Okay, hello.
Yes.
I had a question about how this trend line vile umedraw
Okay, we're
in
going
some
to look.
actual currency.
Mhm.
In some actual currencies, you find that after some time, like the way tu inaenda hivyo vizuri mara moja. Is there any way of anticipating your spike, or there's
Yes.
something you consider to?
Yes, kuna way we're going to look at it because tutaangalia about trend lines, kuzichora, support na resistance in the next clip. We're going to look at all that. See, that's okay.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Any questions the trend line, we're going to look at them in a few too. Nataka anybody mwenye ana focus on a naked chart. Any questions? So based on it rate tumetake, we've just look at the charts bila kutumia any indicators ama kutumia anything, okay? So any questions? Ama we go for a break. So see that, okay, mnataka dakika gapi, 20 ama 30 minutes?
I suggest 15.
15. Okay, so we'll
10
be
to
back
15 maybe.
10 to we'll be back at 6:15. See, that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine, thanks.
Okay, kiasi tu. Yes, 10 to 15 minutes. So 6:15 tukwe tumerudi.
Wow, shukran.
Okay.